Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at JoJo run through the draft tournament. It's a 15-person draft tournament. Essentially how a draft works is there's a particular order. Person A selects one Pokemon, it comes off the board, it's not able to be selected by everyone else, and the bigger the tournament, the more unique picks that they are. So this is a 15-person tournament, quite big, with Joe's team is Relicanth, Frostlass, Zweilous, I might be pronouncing that wrong, Sceptile, Mew, and Latias. And that is not his first round opponent, and that's me taking off the camera. His first round opponent is Ghostbo 2013 with Victory Bell, Hypno, Bronzong, Pidgeot, Kingdra, and a Alolan Golem. So I expect we're going to see a lot of Zweilous. One of the most hyped Gen 5 Pokemon is released right now, but is pretty rare to get a hold of. It doesn't spawn very often in the wild. And is a very rare hatch as well. So let's see how these two decide to play it out. But I imagine we're going to see some Zweilous action. I'm just going to call it the two-headed dragon. We're going to see the two-headed dragon go up against this Bronzong. Typically, Bronzong is a very good matchup against dragon Pokemon because the dragon breaths are resisted, but because it's a dark dragon, it's able to resist that confusion damage. A double resist that confusion damage and actually come out ahead, and good shield on that Bulldoze. Gonna come with Dark Pulse. If this is unshielded, it will KO. Its stat distribution is not amazing. It mostly relies on its amazing moveset, that Dragon Breath, one of the best moves in the entire game. Think about it as like a damage-oriented version of Shadow Claw. And Body Slam, very spammy, very good stats, and then Dark Pulse just does a ton of damage as well. It's not glassy, but it's also not bulky or tanky. Similar bulk to Medicham, if you want to give a comparison. Gonna Shadow Ball, alright, probably not the right move, but still will do a lot of damage. Unable to KO there, but this Victory Bell has like 1 health left and a full health Mew. So taking game 1 in round number 1. This is a 4-round tournament. We're gonna see some really good action. I'm pretty, when he showed me his draft team and he said, "Do you want to cover this?" I'm like, yeah, definitely, because I think there's a lot of hype around this Pokemon and a lot of people are really interested. Obviously, people saw videos of Valor Ash using it and really want to use and emulate, and obviously its move pool is amazing. Its typing is very interesting too. Weak to fighting, double weak to charm or fairy moves is it's one of its biggest drawbacks. So for sure we're gonna see a lot more Charmers come out once Gen 5 is fully rolled out, however long that takes. So leading with Mew into Pidgeot, assuming this is a Shadow Claw Mew, it is, and you'll see that these Shadow Claws are absolutely no damage because Pidgeot's normal typing does double resist the Shadow Claws, but these Rock Slides are going to do quite a bit. But you know, Pidgeot has some bulk to it. Mew with no stab is not going to be able to one-shot, especially with this like no fast move damage. Literally almost any other fast move that's not Ghost or any other type, plus that Rock Slide would have KO'd that Pidgeot, but does get the shield. To be honest, I wouldn't shield these Aerial Aces. They just don't do that much damage. And gonna hit this. Gonna bail out into Frostlass, and you're gonna see that this Aerial, presuming if it is an Aerial Ace, is not gonna do that much damage. This Pidgeot's gonna go down, and coming into Hypno. Interesting matchup. I probably would have went Avalanche first, just to bait the shield. And if it doesn't bait, then you can probably farm down with Powder Snows. But this Hypno got a little aggressive and is gonna pay for it with the Shadow Ball to the face. And here comes Kingdra. Kingdra just fainting down that Frostlass, that really strong Dragon Breath damage. Mew probably going to come back out, hit that Rock Slide, then switch out into Zweilous, and that takes out almost half the health. and this Dragon Breath is just gonna chunk away, and there's no chance for Kingdra to get to an outrage. So gonna take round number 1. Now we're gonna move on to round number 2 going up against Xandrian with Medichan. Unfortunately, this Medichan was probably picked in the first round before the Power Up Punch nerf, and with Gallade, Empoleon, Lugia, Grottle, and Dragonair. So interesting matchup. Looks like it's Charm. Yes, it is Charm. You can see the hearts coming out. This Aqua Tail wouldn't do a lot of damage, so I don't necessarily think the shield was needed. Gonna switch out into Frostlass. This Dragonair is gonna build up a little bit of energy. Switching to Medichan into Frostlass is a really interesting pick, just because like these counters are gonna do an okay amount of damage. They're single resisted, but this Power Up Punch, almost nothing. It's like almost embarrassing. Gonna go into another Shadow Ball, looking to KO this Medichan, and double shields. Let's see if it can get off one more shield, one more charge move. Probably not, and not able to get it off. So a little unfortunate. Probably would have just like baited with Avalanche, because Avalanche is a very strong move, and Stab Avalanche is think about like how much Azumarill does with Ice Beam. It does like about 60%, and then you talk about Stab on top of that, and then Frostlass having a higher attack set than Azumarill. So I'm actually very curious on how much while this lag is occurring, let me check how much an Avalanche actually does to a Medichan. It does, oh, it only does a little bit less than I thought. It does 67. How much does an Ice Beam with Azumarill? Is that? Are they not the same? Yeah, 44. So with the Powder Snow and it still does a pretty decent chunk. 67 out of 1 does about half. So with the Powder Snow damage, it certainly would do a good chunk. Obviously, the Shadow Ball does way more. 119. It basically one shots Mei-chan. Okay, move on to. Oh, I forgot to change the team. Actually, no. Did I change the teams? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. Ignore me. So moving on to game number 2 of round number 2. Gonna lead Frostlass into this Dragonair. Obviously, the Frostlass doing super effective damage to Dragonair with its ice type moves, but unfortunately, this Frost is way glassier, and this Dragon Breath damage is just so brutal. Shield's gonna come up and gonna hit this Avalanche, and then either get fainted down or gonna switch out. Gonna switch out to Latias. Not gonna shield. You're gonna see how little this Aqua Tail does. Just so little damage. And gonna come into Mei-chan. Very interesting choice, because these charms are absolutely chunking away at this Medichan, and gonna be able to take it out, have a Psychic ready for whatever comes in. Surprised it's not double moved. With Thunder, for example, like would have been really nice there, because this Empoleon is absolutely walling this. Absolutely walling it. Flash Cannon or Hydro Pump. This Metal Claw is a nice touch, as opposed to Waterfall. But man, this Dragonair has too much health on the back. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish off with Dragon Breath. So we're moving on to a game number 3 in this second round, and let's see how these two decide to play it out. All right. Let's see. These charms are chunking away. But again, this Aqua Tail doesn't do that much damage. I think could get away with not shielding. Gonna switch out into Frostlass. And then switch out to. I don't know what this Medicham. I guess for the Zealous is the main switching reason. I'm gonna bait with that Avalanche. This power punch does almost nothing. It's like pretty embarrassing how much damage it does now. A little bit of lag, which is okay. And more lag. More lag. Gonna bait again. Let's see if this Medicham falls for the bait. Double baited. No shield. Oh, does shield. Okay, all right. I'm not sure that shield was necessarily warranted. And here comes Grottle. Nice control, understanding. Don't need to spam the charge move because nothing's going to kill you instantly. And fainted it down. Let's see what comes in. It is Dragonair. Ooh, super close to this Dragonair, coming super aggressive with those Dragon Breaths. Maybe could have fainted down that Frostlass, so that was probably the right move. Ice Punch. It's pretty boosted Ice Punch. Gonna go Rock Slide. Rock Slide definitely won't KO. Medicham does resist this Rock Slide with its fighting typing, and able to take it out with Shadow Claw. So taking game number 2, round number 2, moving on to the third round, going against Cade, DJ, with Meganium, Heracross, Banette, Alolan Muck, Wishcash, and Bastiodon. Okay, alright. This should be an interesting matchup. This Wishcash has Water Gun for some reason. Not sure if I necessarily agree with that Water Gun damage. Obviously, Zweilous resists this Water Gun, and I think this is definitely a Mud Bomb. The thing is, like, Dragon Breath and Water Gun, same amount of turns, same amount of energy generation. So you can kind of tell if it's going to be a Blizzard. Like, it would be basically two body slams in a little bit. So definitely didn't need to shield those Mud Bombs. Probably need to shield one of them, but didn't necessarily need to burn both shields. But did want to keep it alive, so gonna hit this Dark Pulse. Okay, that's a risky move, switching out. Just because if it was Meganium in the back, the Meganium definitely would have farmed up that Relicanth quite a bit, since it would be double super effective. So kind of a risky switch, but was confident that Wishcash was the counter to Relicanth, I guess. That would kind of make sense. And it comes Banette in the back. I'm not sure what this Banette would do. I guess against Mew and Latias, I guess, and Frostlass. So okay, that's not bad. But would be taking pretty significant damage. And this Shadow Ball comes out and gonna faint it down. So wait, did that Bastion do a flamethrower? I'm just recalling by memory what I just saw, which is definitely not the right move. You definitely want to hit Stone Edge. Stone Edge would be neutral. A flamethrower is actually double resisted. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of that match, but it certainly would have made it closer, because that Banette could have fainted down the Relicanth and Shadow Balled the Sceptile. Alright, let's see. This Relicanth is the only true Bastiodon counter. Everything, like Latias gets walled, Mew gets kind of walled. Zweilous is like okay matchup, still loses. Frostlass loses, and then Sceptile's okay as well. So does catch the Bastiodon, which is huge. Gonna switch out to Zweilous. Let's see, Earthquake or Frenzy Plan. Personally, I would just Frenzy Plan, even though Earthquake is better because it's neutral, as opposed to Frenzy Plan resisted because of the Dragon typing. But a little bit of lag. Frenzy Plan. Okay, all right. Still does a decent chunk to the Zweilous, right? This, gonna hit this Body Slam. And then I'm assuming going to shield. And then just going to farm down this Meganium. And farmed it down. Let's see what comes in. It is Heracross. You definitely don't want to hit Dark Pulse on a Heracross because it's going to resist it with its fighting typing. But it might have still done more damage than a Body Slam. Let me check. So curious on this. Why look at this. Oh man, that is so risky. Farming up to the Frenzy Plant just because getting hit by the Megahorn would KO. And then certainly you don't want your Relicanth to take a lot of damage from Heracross. Let's see, Heracross. So Dark Pulse. No, okay. So they both do the same amount of damage. It was only going to get 1, so it just didn't really matter. They're both going to do 44 damage. And this matchup is over. And we are going to move on to. I want to make sure it's actually over. Okay, we're going to move on to the final round, going against Gilded Prophet with Mantine, Ivysaur, Blastoise, Steelix, Wigglytuff, and Defense Deoxys. And go with Relicanth into Mantine. This is an interesting matchup. These bubbles are going to do neutral. These water guns are resisted. I don't know if there's anything that there's nothing that Mantine could hit. Water pulse. So gonna bait with this, and gets the bait. Interesting. Here goes Defense Deoxys. Gonna go into Sceptile. Obviously these Fury Cutters are gonna do super effective damage. Psycho Boost, and I would definitely Leaf Blade. Man, I wouldn't carry Leaf Blade and Frenzy Plant both. It is the nuclear option, but Leaf Blade is already pretty good. 3570 is really good. I forget what Frenzy Plant is, like 45, like 100, something like that. I think so. Oh, gonna hit this Frenzy Plant, which is gonna do a ton of damage, and because this is a bubble Mantine, not gonna be able to just farm it down. Gonna have to expend a charge move, which is huge. Gonna come back in with Relicanth, and gonna farm up a little bit, and then hit this Aqua Tail, which is probably the right move. And here comes Steelix. Oh man, Steelix is not gonna like these water guns at all. This golden god of the Sinister Cup is not gonna appreciate these Aqua Tails. I don't think this will KO, but put it super close. And gonna switch out. Gonna crunch. Let's see. Probably going to faint down with Shadow Claws before the second crunch comes out. And to be honest, even if the second crunch came out, then the Relicanth would have fainted down with Water Guns before the Dragon Tails would faint it down. So GG. And we are going to move on to match number 2 in the championship round. Let's see how these two Juggernauts decide to go at it. Oh, looks like they aired. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a remote tournament. You can kind of tell because of the Wi-Fi and the Discord notifications. All right. Man, Defense Deoxys is quite the pick. This Gilded Prophet has actually a really good team. Yeah, really solid team. That's actually a really, really good team. Gonna come Mew into this Defense Deoxys. Not a good play for this Defense Deoxys. These Shadow Claws are dealing super effective damage versus these counters are resisted. And this Rock Slide, pretty good move. Not hitting the excellent for some reason. Just a Psycho Boost. Just because Shadow Claw generates energy faster than... Gonna go Ivysaur. And here comes Sceptile. Not a great answer. Gonna go Sludge Bomb. And gonna try to fake out the... Gonna bait, because this is where you want Aerial Ace, for example. Oh man, read it correctly. Can it survive the second one? Oh man, this is gutsy play. Let's see if this is a bait. No, it is not. Gonna be able to feint down this Ivysaur. Wow, that was huge. Okay. Let's see if he has an answer for Sceptile. Does, but man, gonna have to burn these shields. Gonna be able to feint down this Sceptile with this Aerial Ace. And then here comes Relicann. I'm going to imagine switch over to Defense Deoxys. Defense switch over to Mew. Gonna eat this Rock Slide. Oh man, gonna shield. Man, I don't know. Obviously this Rock Slide would have hurt Mantine as well. So maybe it was better to... I don't know. It's so tough to say. This Aerial Ace is not going to KO, which is probably better. Oh man, this Ancient Power is going to hurt this Mantine, but Mantine has like pretty decent stats. I can't... It doesn't have an answer for this Relicann. It's pretty much GG's. Yeah, gonna just go with Aqua Tail. Even though resisted, it's gonna be enough to KO. GG, taking the championship, taking the tournament. Congratulations, Joe. And thank you for the really great demonstration on the Zweilous. I'm totally mispronouncing it. But hopefully, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys want to see more of this type of content, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see everyone in the next video.